What's up, guys? This is Nate Yao from Chatlee Boat Marine here in Sanford, North Carolina. Today we have got a 2026 Delta 18 guide series that's about to roll out. I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough on this boat, talk a little bit about the guide series and what separates it from your standard Delta 18, and then also talk a little bit about this particular boat and the options that this customer went with. So first, what we'll do is talk about the guide series. I've done some videos on our standard Delta 18s, but I have not done one on the guide series. So just first off, we'll talk about the differences and kind of what makes the guide series. So number one, first thing it's really noticeable is going to be our trailer. So the standard Delta 18 is going to come on a galvanized easy loader trailer, where the guide series, the standard trailer, is going to be this Westco aluminum trailer. It's a really nice trailer, big upgrade. The boat sits down in the trailer, so it's really low profile, easy to dry launch, just all around a really nice trailer that kind of is one big upgrade that is a part of the guide series. Another thing on the guide series that we'll talk about is our console. So a couple things on the console that we'll go to. Number one, it is standard in the guide series to have a color match console. So whatever your hull color is, you'll do the color match console. So we've got seafoam green hull, do a seafoam green console. So that's one big thing in the guide series that's standard. Another thing on the console is a different console in the guide series. So you've got a little bit lower profile console, a little bit narrower, and it has got doors on each side. So really easy access to your battery cutoff switch. And on the starboard side, rod holders are standard. So different console, that's a big thing in the guide series. So we've talked about the trailer, talked about the console, lower profile, color matched, and then also one of my favorite things on the guide series console is these starboard side rod holders. Delta, just the attention to detail they have, you can see right here, our right and left side rod holders are each one of those is angled out, and our middle one is straight. Really nice. You don't have your rods, your reels bashing into each other. Just a lot of attention to detail on these boats, and what makes them so nice and such a great value. You can definitely tell they are built by fishermen for fishermen. A really nice feature, something that you're not going to appreciate until you get out on the water and start using the boat. So right now we've talked about the trailer, we've talked about the console. Next we'll talk about the upholstery. So it's standard in the guide series to have a backrest, which you can see right here. It's removable. We also have standard is diamond stitch upholstery. So big upgrade right there. Backrest, diamond stitch upholstery. This is light gray upholstery, but that is a big upgrade in the guide series, is that backrest with a diamond stitch upholstery. We also have got our console backrest right here and the Yeti 45 with a matching cushion. So really clean look. You can tell it's a big upgrade with that backrest. A really nice feature. Another thing we'll talk about is this decket. So we've got decket on our front hatch. We've got decket under our gunnels, which is really nice. Under these gunnels, gives your reels a lot of protection, whether you're using spinning reels or your fly reels, give them a lot of protection up against that fiberglass. So we've got it on the front hatch here, as you can see. We've got it under the gunnels, and I'll also walk back here. It comes on the top of the poling platform. So that's another standard option in our guide series package. You can do gray or you can do tan. Those are the two color options. The gray is really sharp on this boat, and we've also had some boats come through here with a tan that look awesome as well. So we've talked about the trailer, we've talked about the console, we've talked about our upholstery, our backrest, and finally the last thing we'll hit on is cup holders. So the guide series boat is going to come standard with some cup holders. Everybody loves cup holders on boats. So you've got two right here, one on each side of your bench seat. You've also got two up on top of the poling platform. So that's kind of some of your main differences on the guide series boat versus your standard boat. Both the standard and the guide series are great boats, just depending on what options you like and what options are important to you. If you really like the upgraded trailer, you want the backrest, and you like the sea deck, then the guide series is for you. Another big thing, like we talked about, is the console. The guide series console is a little bit lower profile. Going to give you two doors, one on each side. So, really nice, big upgrade in the console. But a really sharp boat. The guide series is really dressed up a lot. It looks you know, extremely good with the C deck, the diamond stitch upholstery. Everything just pulls together really well, and just all around an awesome boat at a killer value. So let's talk a little bit more now about this specific boat and what this customer went with, options, and some of that stuff. So first off, we'll talk about the hull color. So this customer went with a seafoam green hull and went with a gray top cap. So we've got seafoam hull, gray top cap, gray liner, and then a seafoam green console. So a really pretty boat. The standard top cap and liner color is white. So it is an upgrade to go to a colored top cap. If you went with gray or any other color, it is a little bit of an upgrade, but really sharp. The gray is definitely going to take off a little bit of glare, you know, than the white and the bright sun, and it just pulls together really nice with that gray upholstery and the gray sea deck. So up on the bow, we have got our power pucks bracket. Of course, cleanest, best source of power in trolling motors. No wires, no plug-ins, nothing's exposed. You know, give you a really clean front casting platform, and gonna really not allow much room for corrosion on anything up here on the bow. We've got a 24 volt, 80 pound Minn Kota Tarova. This is a 24 volt system, so you're gonna have plenty of charge to fish for a day or two out there without having to worry about your trolling motor going dead, and plenty of power with that 80 pound thrust. Inside the console, or inside the front hatch, excuse me, we've got our 2 trolling motor batteries. We've got our onboard charger mounted in there as well. So super clean setup. I'll pause this video and open that up and show you guys. All right, now that I got this open, you can see gas shocks are on here. No rattling around while you're going down the water, hitting any wakes. We've got deep gutters, so you're gonna give you really dry storage. Up here, we've got our 2 12 volt batteries, so make us a 24 volt system. We've got our onboard charger mounted, so you've still got a lot of storage on each side of your batteries. Up in this front hatch, permanent fuel tank. So a really clean, nice front hatch. And our plug for our onboard charger is mounted right over there. 2 9-foot rod tubes up here. Gonna hold any spinning reel, spinning rod, or any fly rod as well. So really nice up under the gunnels right there. This customer, like I mentioned, went with light gray upholstery, diamond stitch, of course, in the guide series. At the console, we've got a Garmin 94 SV, so really clean. That 94 SV is a great depth finder. If you're gonna be fishing any salt water, fresh water, it's gonna come preloaded with all your charts, maps, and the 94 SV's also got your side imaging, so 3-in-1 transducer, side imaging, your down scan, and your regular sonar. So great choice on here. If you're gonna be doing, you know, a lot of trout fishing, anything like that, it's a great depth finder. Got our Suzuki gauges on here. Those look really nice on here. Our ignition switch, switch panel right up there. This customer did not go with a live well, so it's just open underneath the bench seat. You can see that 3-in-1 transducer off the back, white powder coating on the polling platform. We've got a 60 horsepower Suzuki, 6-foot power pole. Great setup. The only thing we got to add on here is the Yeti bucket that we'll put in there before the customer comes picks it up. 60 Suzuki, great running motor on this boat. That boat will go, you know, with that 60 Suzuki in the upper 30s. Extremely fuel efficient, really light engine, and just a great source of power on the Delta 18 guide series. White powder coating looks sharp with that white motor, the white power pole. The 6-foot power pole is perfect on these Deltas because the 6-foot power pole is going to go right up to the top of your polling platform, but it's not going to get in your way while you're pushing the boat around up there on the pole. One of my other favorite features on these boats is going to be they're going to come pre-drilled for a push pole caddy. So go on V-Marine, get you a push pole caddy. You can install it in probably less than 2 minutes. Really easy to install. That'd be a, you know, pretty much have this thing loaded, ready to roll. Add the push pole caddy, push pole down the side, and it has got everything that you need on here. 24 volt, 80 pound Tarova, Garmin 94 SV, onboard charger, 6-foot power pole, 60 Suzuki, and just a super clean setup, ready to fish freshwater, saltwater. This boat can handle about anything that you throw at it for a skiff. Guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Like I said, Nate Yao at Chatlee Boat Marine. If you have any questions on Delta 18 or any skiffs, or any boats at all, please give me a call. I'd love to talk more with you. Our phone number is 919-775-7259. I'll drop an email in the description below. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, we are keep a lot of Deltas in stock, guide series, standard boats, the tillers. If it's a Delta, we can get it or we have it. So we'd love to earn your business. We've got on-site test lake that you can see back here. We can put you in the water on one. We'd love to let you come up here and put one in the water and see it for yourself. Thank you for watching again, guys. Please give us a call, 919-775-7259. Thanks.